Now we're going to get into the study of gases. Gases, of course, are one of the three phases of matter, and they have really interesting physical properties. One of the first properties we're going to talk about is pressure. Pressure is a force that's exerted per unit area. So P for pressure equals force per unit area. And pressure can be exerted by liquids or gases, so it's characteristic of both of them. There are many, many different units of measure for pressure. And the most common one that we're going to be using in this class is the atmosphere. So 1 atmosphere, which is abbreviated ATM, is defined as the pressure that will support 760 millimeters of liquid mercury, okay, liquid mercury, in a tube at 0 degrees Celsius. So this definition is actually the basis of an instrument called the barometer. Okay, so barometer is something that measures pressure. That baro prefix refers to pressure. The barometer is a device to measure atmospheric pressure. That is to say, the pressure that's exerted by the gases in the atmosphere. I'm going to draw a crude cartoon of a barometer, what it looks like, so we can explain kind of how it works. All right, so we have a device, and in the bottom of the device is liquid mercury. Liquid mercury is kind of a silvery color, so I'm going to draw it in silver. Okay, this is liquid mercury. Okay. Mercury exists as a liquid in its pure state. Now, we have a tube going down into that liquid mercury. So what I'm drawing in red here is a tube. Now, this device is open to the atmosphere. So you have air molecules from the atmosphere pushing down onto the top of the mercury in your barometer. And those air molecules will hit the surface of the liquid mercury and it will push the liquid mercury up the tube. Okay, so here I'm drawing silver liquid mercury being pushed up the tube in my barometer here. Now, if you then measure the height that that liquid mercury is pushed up, okay, so you can measure that actual height that the mercury is pushed up, you will find different pressures depending on the elevation. For example, you might find that that mercury is pushed up 760 millimeters. You can literally measure it with a ruler. Now, 760 millimeters is defined as 1 atmosphere. So sometimes you'll see the unit expressed as millimeters of mercury, mm of Hg. And that millimeters of mercury is synonymous with a unit called the torr. So 1 atmosphere equals 760 torr. That unit comes from the fact that the barometer was invented by an Italian scientist named Torricelli. So the unit was literally named after him. Okay, so once again, the barometer works because the gas molecules collide with the liquid mercury and they push it up that tube. And then you measure the height that it gets pushed up in millimeters of mercury, and that gives you the pressure of the air. So there are, like I said, many different units of pressure. So let's talk about other units of pressure. You should be able to interconvert in between them. Most of the time, we're going to use the atmosphere. In the English system, an atmosphere is equal to 14.7 pounds per square inch. So you might be used to that unit for tire pressure, for example. You can also convert to pascals or kilopascals. 1 atmosphere is equal to 101.3 kPa, where kPa is kilopascals. So the pascal is also a unit of pressure. So, in subsequent lectures, we'll discuss the mathematical laws regarding properties of gases, such as pressure.